We are live here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. We'll have race 18 and 19 here tonight. Yes, the Pocono doubleheader has arrived. We start things off with the first Pocono race, the shorter of the two, the Pocono Organics 325 here tonight, 130 laps, 325 miles. Race 2 will be the Pocono 350 for 350 miles and 140 laps. Reason why I'm doing both races in one day is because I'm not going to be able to get a NASCAR Heat 5 live stream in tomorrow, NASCAR video game live stream in general in tomorrow. So I was planning on doing this race today, and then I was going to do our second Pocono race tomorrow. The reason why I'm not doing the second Pocono race tomorrow, I'm doing it today, is because I'm not going to be able to get it in tomorrow. We are doing the live stream slash live commentary for the NASCAR Truck Series race tomorrow night at Knoxville. The heat races start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then the race starts at 9. I don't get off of work until 4:30. I'm not going to be able to get home and set everything up to get the stream started until at least 5:30, 5:45. And there's no way we're going to get that race in an hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half. It's just not going to be possible. So we're basically making up for it by doing the doubleheader today. I figured, why not? The only downside is that it is over 600 miles at Pocono, but hey, we'll have some fun. At least it's 2 races instead of 1. So like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Very close to 900 subs. And yeah, let's get right on into this. Road to becoming a NASCAR commentator. Head to the NASCAR Heat 5 Pocono doubleheader for the career mode. Carney Boy, Cap 24, DB Forever 85, Trevor Grimes, Kyle Larson fan. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Chris Buescher, the only driver starting at the rear. We qualified 34th for tonight's race. And Cap, you are right. This is going to be a very, very heavily strategy-based race, especially for us being a little bit lackluster on the speed. This is the same chassis we just used at Chicagoland. Got it beat up a little bit. So an 83 on the engine power coming into today, 84 on the aero, and 83 on the suspension.
You're coming to the green. Almost ready now. Hammer down, green down.
Green flag in the air. Joey Logano on the pole for the 3rd time this season. He'll lead the field to the green to kick off the Pocono doubleheader.
Still there. Careful, still there.
This should be really, really close to a 2-stop strategy, which is what Schneider is going to be playing out, at least in race 1. Race 2 is 10 laps longer. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to do that. But that is going to be the strategy here in race 1. 2 stops for Schneider.
Got one outside now.
And then we'll change the race strategy up in race number 2. 3 by 3, especially even at the back of the pack right now. Through the tunnel turn in turn 2. Still 3 wide, a little bit further up in the pack into turn 3.
Outside.
And Joey Logano's going to lead lap 1 at Pocono.
Car outside.
Schneider all the way down low as he about got turned by Joey Gase in the 51. 4 wide now down the main straightaway.
Stay low, stay low. Car outside.
Schneider was just trying to go low and break the draft to get out of the way, and Gase was trying to draft him, followed him, and clipped him in the right rear and just about turned the 99 around. Almost ended his day on lap 1. Meanwhile, at the front, it is off of turn 1. Ryan Newman clearing Joey Logano for the race lead.
Inside now. All right, you're clear. Looking inside now. Clear low, clear low.
3 stop, please. No, trust me. We should be able to make it in 2 today if we stay out. If we get some cautions in this race, especially, we can make it on 2 stops. Track position is going to be a big factor in this one, obviously, as Pocono usually is, especially with this 550 package on top of it. Schneider has no problem dropping to the back early on. Not intentionally doing it. His car is that slow on the short run. We're going to get faster lap times, I feel like, later in the run anyway, so it's worth just trying to stay out as long as we can. race, you can make stage 1 without having to pit. It's only 25 laps long. It's the shortest of the 3 stages. And then stage 2 are both going to be right around 50 laps long. Please. No. Trust me, 2. I'm going with 2. I'm not pitting at the end of the stage because we did that at Sonoma and we fell a lap down, and then look what happened. We wrecked on a restart because we were in the middle of the pack. Because we were trapped a lap down and had to get the free pass. This is a much shorter track as far as time-wise to get around compared to Sonoma, so I don't trust myself doing that again. And I was in 12th place when I pitted at Sonoma and still went a lap down, so it wasn't like, you know, I mean, you have to be within the top 5 to actually be able to pit and not fall a lap down at these kinds of racetracks, unless you go fuel only, right sides only. Then you could probably get away with it. Hamlin gonna cycle out to the lead now. One of only the 4 multi-time race winners so far. Sorry, 5 now. After Kevin Harvick won last night at Chicagoland. One of the 5 multi-time winners so far this season. But race number 2 will likely have to be 3 stops because you can go 40 laps on a full tank of fuel. That'd be 40, 40, 120. But if we get 3 to 4 cautions, which we know we're going to have 2 stage breaks, so really if we just get 1 to 2 cautions per incident today, then we're going to be able to make it on 2 pit stops. Now if we don't get 1 or 2 cautions per incident today, then we're in trouble. But we do know there's going to be 2 stage breaks, so that'll help. And you will have to pit 1 time at least in the 2nd and 3rd stage as well. Pretty quiet early on. Schneider's already a little over 3 seconds off of Bobby Carter, who's now back to 39th position. Schneider's coming in here after a 17th place finish last night at Chicagoland, a DNF at Sonoma, and a 27th place finish at Michigan, those last 3 races. Not the greatest. Had a tough outing at Kansas as well, got some damage a little bit later in that one, finished 23rd. 17th or worse in each of the last 4 races coming in. Not looking good on speed here early. He's backing out of the gas quite a bit to get the car to rotate in the corner. He's trying not to use as much brake of the brakes. He's really going to help save fuel. Long racetrack, so you probably don't have to worry about going a lap down in stage 1. Again, he will get quicker over the longer run. So currently in the playoff standings, we have 2 stage wins and 2 race wins this year, which means we have 12 playoff points currently. And after tonight's doubleheader, we're only going to have 7 races before the playoffs. And our next race won't be until until Saturday. Actually, no, it will be Sunday because we'll have to do NASCAR 05 on Saturday. But yeah, after tonight, next race will be the Brickyard 400, our 3rd crown jewel event of the season. But that is going to have to be on Sunday. And I'm not sure exactly. I got the points updated, but I didn't count to see like what position we were in. I know before we DNF'd at Sonoma, we were 14th. But then we didn't get any stage points in DNF, finished last at Sonoma. And then we didn't get any stage points at Chicagoland and finished 17th. So we literally have only scored 21 points in each of the last 2 races combined. It's not great at all. definitely going to have to pick up the slack here tonight at Pocono if they're going to want any shot of getting into the top 10 in the regular season, because that will score more playoff points if we can finish in the top 10. Excited for Knoxville Trucks tomorrow. Yeah, I am too. Yeah, again, we'll be covering that race on the channel. We'll start with the heat races at 7, and then when the heat races are done, we'll take a little bit of a break and start another stream up by the time the 200 lap main event starts. I do plan on streaming the live commentary for that race. Been about a month since we've done it because I've gone to the last 3 races for the Cup Series, so I haven't been home in town to do that. So we'll do that tomorrow night. Ashley G, welcome to the stream. And the hour and a half practice tonight. Yeah, they are practicing at, what, 7 o'clock tonight? Gonna have to miss that due to this. I forgot they were practicing qualifying for. Well, obviously I knew they were qualifying because they're doing the heat races tomorrow, but yeah, I forgot about the practice. I guess it is a new track, so that would be why they do have practice and qualifying. Schneider 4 seconds off of Bobby Carter. He's still, although he's a long ways off the race lead from Denny Hamlin right now, he is setting a good pace. Again, this is a 2-stop strategy. It will likely be a fuel mileage race come when the checkered flag flies later today. Schneider just hopes he's going to have the track position when the time comes. Saving his tires quite a bit right now at the back, 10 laps in. Means we already only have 15 laps to go in stage number 1 and race 1 here tonight at Pocono. He is starting to close in on some of the drivers at the back of the pack. He's down to about 3.5 seconds behind Bobby Carter now. It was about 4.5. Thanks for stopping by, Patrick Shadley. Gaming Hot Plays, welcome to the stream as well. It's just crazy to think that we are saving fuel right out of the gate in this race. You don't see that often, especially in today's NASCAR with the stage racing. Schneider's kind of sacrificing the stages for these Pocono races, or at least the first Pocono race. I think those, again, those 4 finishes of 17th or worst in the last 4 races have really kind of derailed any sort of shot he might have of getting inside the top 10. It's not impossible, but I mean, he's going to have to score a ton of stage points as well as getting great finishes in these last just over a handful of races before the playoffs just to break inside the top 10. He's down to about 2 seconds now behind Bobby Carter. Still not close enough to draft with, obviously. Kind of taking the lower lines down the straightaways as well to help out. Shortest way around the racetrack. Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race that last time too. 57.552. That qualifying lap was in the 58s. I forget who qualified last. I think it was the 51 of Joey Gase. But he had a lap time of a 1 minute and 1 second lap time at Pocono. He was like 10 seconds off the leaders. I was like, what? You know, it's a 2.5 mile track. It's still an oval. Like Natalie Decker at Road America slow. Sorry for any Heddle Decker fans out there. Usually I don't throw people under the bus like that. Schneider side drafting Bobby Carter now down the main straightaway. Finally about to make another pass for position. 12 laps to go. Stage 1. Does he have the engine power to clear? Yes, he does. He's going to clear Bobby Carter before getting into turn 1 now. And holds him. Whatever draft Bobby Carter might have been able to get off of turn 1 as well. Looking at the fuel saving though, it seems pretty good right now. End of the stage, he should have a little less than a half a tank of fuel left yet. Just got to stay in the lead lap now. He's falling about 45.5 seconds off the lead. He's only got to survive for about another 10 more laps. What Denny Hamlin's going to have when he gets back to the line. Schneider with a big run on Brendan Gaughan. He got a huge draft off of him there. Schneider pulls up, clears him into turn 1 like he did on Bobby Carter the last lap. That's going to be the best area of the racetrack to make a pass. He's trying to beat the driver ahead of you back to the gas off of turn 3, getting a draft down the longest straightaway in NASCAR, and trying to slingshot to the inside, either getting into turn 1. Hopefully, if you can clear him before turn 1, that'll be even better. You can set up the corner and try to drive away from him, like Schneider has done on those last 2 cars. Timed it beautifully in turn 2. He's going to get to the inside of Quinn Houff here. He's going to pass him. He's going to get to the inside of Fincham now. Side drafts him into turn 3. Houff going to try to follow the line that the 99 made that time, but Fincham shuts the door on Houff. I'll be back. I hate stamp. Hear you on that. They're trying to draft off Joey Gase. Gets underneath him into turn 2. He drove it in pretty deep. Didn't use that apron at all that time. He throttled it pretty heavily into the corner before putting Joey Gase on the exit. It worked though. Got the car to stick enough. He might need some of these cars that he has already passed to maybe kind of hold back Denny Hamlin when the time comes. Kind of weird racing at Pocono considering I was just there last weekend too. Well, not last weekend, the weekend before. Like the scenery, like even on NASCAR Heat 5 around the track that I'm looking at right now. Too high in turn 3. I was looking at the scenery, I missed my marks. Lap of the race. Again, Schneider's only getting faster as this run carries on. Cars starting to loosen up quite a bit. So strange. I mean, this is exactly what happened on the last 2-mile or bigger racetrack. That was an oval at least at Michigan, where he was just kind of running faster lap times throughout the course of a run. Big run in the draft now behind John Hunter Nemechek. Drives it deep into turn 2 underneath John Hunter. Trying to stay underneath him, still side by side now off the tunnel turn, and they're going to make their way now into turn 3. And Nemechek's going to let Schneider go. Schneider gets another spot. Now he's going to try to draft Ross Chastain down the longest straightaway in NASCAR. He's going to get a run on him to the start-finish line. Side draft him a little bit. Pull away, clear him. Now try to draft off Daniel Suarez. Drives it deep into turn 1. Desperately trying to get around Suarez, and boy, if that isn't a slide job, I don't know what is. How did he hang on to that race car and clear Suarez in the process off of turn 1? One of the more treacherous corners in NASCAR. He clipped a little too much of the apron. You can get the apron in turn 2. You can not clip the apron in turn 1 and hang on to it, but he did there. That looked like a desperation move. We're only in stage 1, but he doesn't want to give up any more time. Denny Hamlin's just getting off of turn 3 right now. Schneider's got about a half a straightaway on him. And Hamlin's coming to 5 laps to go now in stage number 1. I mean, I guess the free pass will kind of work for Schneider if he gets kind of stuck there. And now we got trouble off turn 1. Ryan Preece is just blowing an engine. Look at how low Schneider is down the straightaway, trying to get a run now on David Reagan. Sits behind him in turn 2, trying to get to the left rear corner panel. Couldn't quite do it.
Still there?
Now he gets underneath him into turn 3 for 30th. Tough break for Ryan Preece, though, up in smoke. Not sure if he blew a tire or if it's an engine issue, but we do stay green for the moment at Pocono. We'll see if Preece can make his way to pit road now. That might have bought Schneider a little bit more time, depending on where Hamlin was at when that happened. Hamlin has 2 more lap cars between him and Schneider, and a lot of time yet in between there as well. Might be able to get to Corey LaJoie for 29th at the end of stage 1, but that would be about it. Still caution free here today at Pocono. Hamlin's definitely closing still. Speaking of closing, pit road's about to close here in another lap. Anybody wants to short pit, they might have to short pit very, very soon here. Schneider overdrove turn 1, and he slides up the racetrack quite a bit. This is a long ways around Pocono. Schneider can't be making mistakes like that if he's going to want to hang on to the lead lap to the end of the stage. Just trying to cut as much time down these straightaways as possible right now, because Denny is definitely chipping away. It's right behind David Reagan off turn 2. So that's about 3 to 3.5 seconds Hamlin needs to close on Schneider in about 2 laps. He might be able to do it. I believe Hamlin just got around David Reagan that time.
Careful, still there.
And the passes Corey LaJoie, clears him. On a long punch straightaway, now into turn 2. Holes him. I don't think Hamlin's going to get to Schneider. He might get to LaJoie. That was a big pass on Corey LaJoie there by the 99 of Schneider. Wonder how many other drivers might try to stay out, though, at the end of stage 1. I mean, maybe Schneider's going to be the only driver with this strategy, but I can't guarantee that either. 2 seconds ahead of LaJoie. Hamlin hasn't even gotten to LaJoie's back bumper yet. Slipped up the racetrack a little bit in turn 1. Schneider could. I didn't think I clipped the grass there, but the game may have looked like I did that. I don't think I did. Timmy Hill, Austin Dillon up for position here. Chase Elliott with a terrible run right now. He's in 26th. Not what he needs without a win so far this season, with only already 12 different winners. Green, white, checkered flag in the air. Denny Hamlin wins stage number 1 here at Pocono, a track where he's won that 6 times in his NASCAR Cup Series career. Schneider passes not 1 but 2 cars into turn 1. Austin Dillon and Timmy Hill there. He's got a run on Chase Elliott, but he's not going to get him before the stage will end for the top 10. Schneider's just going to get out of the gas. He's going to save more fuel. You know, why bother even being in the gas right now? Still waiting for the top 10 to cross the start-finish line, and there they go. So he gave up a couple positions he made up there in turn 1. But he'll take 29th last on the lead lap. He'll stay out of the pits here. He's committed. 2-stop strategy. So he's going to lead his first laps of the race at the start-finish line. Here's a look at the top 10. Hamlin, Newman, Kenseth, Boyer, Harvick. The top 5. Logano 6. Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch 7th and 8th. Then Blaney and Reddick round out the top 10 in stage 1 in race 1 here tonight at Pocono. Schneider stays out of the pits. He'll restart from the lead on much older tires, 25 lap older tires than the leaders. Went green flag all the way through stage 1. See what stage 2 will bring. Green flag back in the air. And by the way, Ryan Preece is out of the race after it looks like an engine failure there in the later laps of stage 1 that we stayed green for. A little long into second gear, but he still clears Hamlin into turn 1. Not the perfect launch, but a good one nonetheless. Not sure he's going to be able to hang on for much longer. Matt Kenseth wants to go for the race lead right now. Hamlin beats Schneider to the outside now down the long pond straightaway. Schneider tries to side draft and can't really do it, and Denny Hamlin now is getting away into turn 2. Up the middle, 3 wide goes Matt Kenseth. A little bit of contact as he squeezed the gap there on Schneider. All the way down to the inside. Look at Harvick desperately trying to side draft the 99. They're 4 wide into turn 3. A little bit of contact with the 4 of Harvick. Schneider somehow keeps his race car straight. My goodness. That was not ideal. Still 3 wide down the main straightaway. Cole Custer aggressively bump drafting Schneider into turn 1. He's going to launch the 99 in there. He had a hard time trying to check up. Slid up the racetrack now in front of Eric Jones. Jones about turns him too. They're not hitting him square for whatever reason these last 3 or 4 races. On these 550 tracks at least, guys have been aggressively bump drafting. And they are not hitting Schneider square and about turning him in front of traffic a lot. It's going to block up walls and walls, side drafting. More than side drafting, there was some contact there. My goodness. Schneider should have been wrecked when they were 4 wide into turn 3. I mean, he had nowhere to go being pinched down there by Kevin Harvick. Even dropping back there, he still ran his fastest lap of the race. Looking to take this run as far as he can. Again, this is a fuel mileage race, a fuel strategy-based race here for Schneider. Austin Dillon with a block. Schneider goes low. Trying to duck below and give you McDowell the outside now into turn 2. Schneider's really starting to loosen up, maybe a little more than what he would like. These tires are getting a little bit older. Into the second half of the tire stint now. Go about 12 to 13 more laps on fuel. Again, he needs to stretch his fuel tank out as far as he possibly can. And he's still getting faster. I mean, a 56.384 there, not a great lap time, but again, he's getting quicker throughout this run. And considering he's only got an 83 on the engine power, we'll see. Vitor, welcome to the stream. Schneider trying to block Timmy Hill. 3 wide. Up high, into the tunnel turn. Suarez in the middle. Elliott on the outside. Oh, Timmy Hill goes 4 wide into the tunnel turn. Oh, there's contact. Barely into the wall on the inside. Schneider keeps it going straight. We stay green. 4 wide in the tunnel turn. He was trying to hold it as low as he could, but there just wasn't enough room, and he made just a slight bit of contact with Timmy Hill. Plus, with him being on older tires, it didn't help. My goodness. Super aggressive here at Pocono. Schneider gave a shove to Ross Chastain. That's going to get him underneath Joey Gase. They're side by side now down the Long Pond straightaway. Still 11 to 12 laps before Schneider has to hit pit road. Everybody will have to pit at some point in time in stage 2 unless we get a few cautions. It's 49 laps long. These guys only have 40 laps on field, so Schneider will easily make it to the end of this stage, pitting when he has to after staying out there. Again, this is a pit strategy race. He wants to be the first on the pit road here. He's got to make sure he stays on the lead lap in doing that when he makes his pit stop. Or at least be in the free pass position at the end of stage 2. Either or is going to work. And now we get a caution. Caution is out. Chase Elliott's going to hit pit road. Schneider's going to stay out. This is going to bunch the field up. Again, he is committed. 2-stop strategy. Free pass goes to Daniel Suarez in 31st. But outside of Chase Elliott, every other car is going to stay out of the pits. Denny Hamlin has led nearly every lap so far today. He's going to be tough to beat. Already won stage 1. That was his 5th stage win of the season. Hamlin comes in as the regular season points leader as well, so I mean that's only going to add on to it for him. Gotta say though, it's nice to have a strategy, and no matter what happens, we're staying committed with it from the start of the race, because usually we kind of do it on the fly. But I'm committed, at least in race 1, to doing a 2-stop strategy. And again, that was our first caution for incident today. That's going to help save about 3 more laps of fuel under the yellow. It's probably going to need 1 more caution to for sure make it to the end, outside of the stage break coming up. Going to have the stage break, then he's probably going to need 1 more caution. He's probably still about 1 to 2 laps short to the end of the race for it to be a 2-stopper for him. Stuck on the outside on this restart. Outside and on older tires, maybe not a great combination. Chase Elliott on fresher tires down low. He's going to get around Schneider quickly. Probably going to make some more passes along the way. Really blocked the 99, and that got Schneider tight all of a sudden in the middle of turn 3. Picking that same line behind him. Now he's trying to draft what he can off of Elliott, but he's not close enough. Corey LaJoie's getting a good run, though, in the 32 car behind the 99. He's going to push him now down the main straightaway. He's going to launch Schneider into turn 1. Schneider hangs on to it, though, pretty well. Great corner still. Pulled LaJoie quite a bit as well. Now he's in the draft of Timmy Hill. Goal 30th or better. No, trust me, this 2-stop strategy, if we don't get many cautions today, I really do think this is going to work out. I don't think we have the car to have the strategy work out for a win, but I do think we could get a top 10, top 15 finish with this.
Stay low, stay low.
Again, Schneider hasn't even pitted yet, and he's making passes on guys right now. Matt DiBenedetto is going to give him a push. Schneider with a little bit of a block as well, though.
Wow, that's fast.
56.262, his fastest lap of the race. A lot of it was that push from DiBenedetto.
Stay low, stay low.
Gets underneath Austin Dillon now in turn 1, hooking that yellow line. Elliott just cannot make passes. Just how tough it is to pass here at Pocono. Schneider on the outside of Elliott, trying to side draft him. Elliott going all the way down the racetrack to block. Now he's underneath Bubba Wallace as well. Schneider backs up turn 2.
Careful, still there.
Guns it in the middle of the corner. He gets under Elliott. Elliott moved down at the last second. Didn't realize he was 3 wide.
Still there.
And they're still 3 wide into turn 3. Schneider gets it to stick, and he just passed the guy on fresh tires.
Inside.
Bubba Wallace trying to side draft Elliott. Now Elliott, with those fresher tires, might get back around Schneider. Schneider tried to side draft. Now he goes back up the block. Wallace with a little bit of a bump draft. R6, welcome to the stream. Goal 20th.
Stay low, stay low.
I still really do think we could do this. We have not pitted yet. We've only had 1 caution for incident. Again, we're going to need 1 more caution for incident for us to make it on 2 stops. And we got a long ways to go yet. Just less than 100 laps left. At Pocono, that's a long time. So I'm not concerned by any means. Now, if we get down to 20, 30 to go, we need that caution still. It might be a little concerning then. Picker's definitely going to have to step it up here when that stop happens.
Still there.
Now, the only other thing I'm curious about, can Chase Elliott make it on field to the end of this stage? We know everybody else has to pit. Chase Elliott might make it to the end after pitting during that caution. It's going to be close. Got blocked off by Stenhouse. McDowell's side drafting Schneider, and Schneider can't break free of him and get back to the inside of Elliott. They're trying to cross over Michael McDowell. Cuts back to the inside. Side drafting him. Now he'll go up. Now that McDowell's starting to pull him a little bit.
Careful, still there.
McDowell drives it deep into turn 2. Schneider backs up the corner, beats McDowell back to the gas. Side draft, now pull away.
Hold your line, got 1 outside.
Deep dive into turn 3. Elliott ran a higher line there on the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Schneider's definitely driving a loose race car right now, that's for sure. Fuel window to make it to the end of the stage is open.
Stay on the bottom here.
Schneider drives it deep into turn 1, clears. Oh, he couldn't quite clear Stenhouse. He did clear Chase Elliott again, though. Couldn't quite clear the 47.
Hold the line.
Look at that lost momentum of not being able to clear him. Elliott gets right back around him anyway. He'll stay in front of Michael McDowell down into turn 2.
Hold your line, got 1 outside. All right, clear outside. Careful.
And down low into turn 3. Just sneaks underneath Stenhouse and just drives right around both him and Elliott in turn 3. Gonna block Stenhouse a little bit there. Elliott with the run on the high side. He'll get to the outside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. down the main straightaway. Stenhouse now gonna bump draft Schneider before they get into turn 3. And launch the 99 in there.
You're clear all around.
Schneider sticks it. Stenhouse got a little tight, overdrove the corner, almost got into Elliott. They're still side by side in turn 1. And Stenhouse is still clear off the exit of turn 1. Ryan Newman back out in front. Only Ryan Newman, Joey Legato, who led lap 1, was the only lap he led. And of course, Denny Hamlin have led laps so far today. Somebody just clipped the grass off turn 3 up there. I think it was Christopher Bell, but I'm not entirely sure. Alternate through the different camera angles for the first time today with 34 laps to go in stage 2. Again, green flag pit stop's going to be coming up very shortly. At least for Schneider. Everybody else who obviously pitted during that stage break, they can probably go about another 25 laps on fuel. They will have to pit before the end of the stage. The only driver that might make it is Chase Elliott, which, hey, I mean, if he gets stage points out of it, good for him considering he has been outside the top 20 all day. He needs all the points he can get. He's one of those few drivers in the top 16 without a win. Get any more different winners this season, it's going to be harder for Chase Elliott to make it to the playoffs. Burping the throttle quite a bit there in turn 3. It was really skatey that time. Doing everything he could. He's going to be taking fresher tires here. Again, he's got the oldest tires in the field. In fact, he's still in 20 seconds. Pretty good. There's still 36, 37 cars in the lead lap, too. So definitely impressive that he's hanging on to this race car. You can tell, too. Look at the wear on the right rear. 21% off turn 1 there. 33% still on the right front. Even the left front's keeping up with the right front right now. That just goes to show how loose the race car is, that the right rear is wearing out more than the right front. Gassed up big time in turn 2. Again, he'll be pitting for 4 fresh tires here shortly. Clint Boyer going to lead his first lap of the race. He has not won yet this season, as well as Ryan Newman. Schneider drives deep into turn 3. He is all over the back of Jimmy Johnson. Oh, man, Schneider got a little loose off the exit of the corner. He couldn't hold the throttle down like he wanted. Trying to stay in the draft to Johnson, save enough fuel to get back to pit road this time. 2.5 miles. Long way around the track, but he should be able to make it to pit road here. Give Johnson big push. Off turn 1, Jimmy's going to look low underneath Almirola. Will he get there? Will Almirola maybe throw a block? Schneider again, drafting off of Johnson. Got to cut it down low. He's going to try to make the pass on Jimmy into the tunnel turn. And he's got it. Now he's underneath Almirola. Side drafting him into turn 3. Schneider will pit this time by. It'll be his first pit stop of the race today. Clearing Almirola for 20th off the exit of the corner. Johnson trying to follow on in. Schneider coming to pit road now. Don't want to miss the pits. Oh, and he loops it. What's going on? Are you kidding me? Why did that not register? Why did that not register at all? Schneider spun out trying to make it onto pit road. He did make it into the pits, but it never registered. That was the same thing that happened to the Xfinity Series race at Texas in Season 1. Same thing, only we were leading that race. He is not going to make it back around. He is sputtering on fuel. Why did that not register us to come to pit road? Long way around this racetrack, and he is not going to make it. He is sputtering before even getting into turn 2, now into turn 3, and he is going to go a lap down. He's very lucky he's even able to sputter on the pit road here. He did a great job keeping it off the wall. 55 miles an hour down to pit road. He's going to go a lap down. He'll top off on fuel. Going to tighten it up just a hair as well. Half around a wedge going into the race car is the only adjustment for the 99 here. Why did that not register? Like, it still should have registered us onto pit road. We never sped into the pits even though we spun out. We should have pitted that last time. We probably could have been on the lead lap still. And now we're definitely a lap down. And now the job for this 99 crew is get as fast of a stop as possible and try to get the free pass position in case we get a caution. If not, we do know the leaders have to pit. Remember, everybody else has to pit to the end of the stage yet. So if we go green long enough, Schneider should cycle back to the lead lap. And ultimately, although it might cost him stage points, he's still going to have a shot going into the final stage with this two-stop strategy. Pulling back up onto the racing surface now. Man, it's taking forever to upshift to fourth gear from third. Although I was like flat out through turn one there and I could not get it up. He is the second to last car right now. Now he's got fresher tires than everybody else. So he's going to run down Fincham pretty quickly to at least get to the free pass position. He's got fresher tires. He should be, now he's faster on older tires lap time wise, but fresher tires still going to be a lot of grip. A lot more than what he had before, especially with the wedge adjustment. Caution's out. You've got to be kidding me. Caution is out at Pocono. Some drivers are pitting and a lot are staying out, which means Schneider cannot take the wave around. Fincham will get the free pass in 31st. Schneider was going to get around Fincham this lap. And after it did not register when we hit pit road under green and had to make another lap, we got trapped a lap down because we were sputtering on fuel after that. And now we're trapped a lap down. You've got to be joking me. This game bends me over sideways so many times. I mean, this is ridiculous. That's the second time we've had that glitch before. I know we spun on the pit road, but we still didn't speed, and we made it to pit road. Should have registered. Well, green flag's back in the air. About half the field on fresh tires, half of them on older tires, trying to stretch it to the end of the stage. We got about 3 or 4 different strategies going on right now. No surprise for a Pocono race of this length as well.
Got one peeking outside.
Into the tunnel turn. Big stack up.
There on the inside. Car there on the outside.
Schneider gave a huge shot to John Hunter Nemechek.
Car high, careful there.
They're stacking up into turn 3 again. They're 3 by 3. A little push to the back of Austin Dillon now. Stack it up again. Dillon almost went into the grass down low. Look at David Reagan pushing Schneider on the inside. And they're making headway with a little bit of bump drafting.
Careful, still there.
This is the battle for the free pass position as well between Schneider and Reagan to the end of stage 2. That was our second caution of the race. The good news is with that caution, Schneider should make it on one more stop to the end of this race. The problem is, everything else going forward. He could unlap himself too. Those guys cannot make it to the end of the stage ahead of him. That could be massive. Suarez is going to give a push to Schneider. Schneider's got the run. He's going to try to get underneath. Christopher Bell, he gets into the side of him. Into the side of Christopher Bell in the 95. Timmy Hill down low, 3 wide down the main straight. Schneider side drafting Bell again. Blocks off Ross Chastain. Timmy Hill's got a lot of forward momentum going for him. He's inside the top 20. Way to go, Timmy Hill.
You got room. You're clear.
Schneider back to the inside of Hill. All over him. Now that's going to help propel him by the 66, the 19, maybe the 34. McDowell into turn 2. McDowell takes Schneider's line away. Oh, look at him. Contact off turn 2. Schneider got on the left rear, and McDowell just got arrow loose and then made the contact with the 99 after he got loose with Schneider tucked underneath him.
Stay on the bottom here. Hold your line. Got one inside.
Schneider's just trying to stay in the free pass position is the big thing here. 4 wide.
That line, driver.
Now they're 3 wide into 1. Schneider still in the middle. Almirola's checking up. Schneider gets tight after Almirola moved up in front of him. David Reagan's now into the free pass position. Actually, Rush Chastain's got it. Reagan to his inside.
Got one inside.
Corey LaJoy down low. Schneider's got to run. They check up. 4 wide. Into the tunnel turn. Will they make it? Timmy Hill just shoves Schneider up the track into the side of the 36 of Reagan.
Keep it steady, driver.
And they both keep it off the wall.
Stay high up there. Inside.
Still 3x3 down the main straight. Schneider's losing a little bit of ground.
Careful, go back.
He's going to be 3 wide into 1 again, in between DiBenedetto and Haley.
Hold your line there. Inside.
Didn't have anybody directly in front of him, so he didn't get massively tight that time.
Looking inside now.
Gonna go down to block the 62, thought about it at least, and then realized God beat him back to the gas. He wasn't going to be able to do that.
Careful, still there.
Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Matt Kenseth is taking the race lead.
Car high.
Dillon just shoves Schneider into turn 2. Gets to his outside in the process. And gets around him.
Stay on the bottom.
Will those drivers that stayed out make it on fuel to the end of the stage? If not, they can hang on, especially the guys at the front, they can hang on to their track position. You would think they can at least finish the stage on the lead lap if they did have to pit, but they're still 2 stops away from the finish, whether they have to pit or not. For everybody that pitted during that last caution, they're going to be pretty close, but they should make it. Like, Schneider should be close to the end.
All right, you're clear there.
One more caution, he'll definitely be able to make it. That's not counting the stage break. But one more, like, natural yellow,
Car outside, hold your line. You're all clear up top.
and he will definitely make it. Right now, he's still close.
Careful, still there.
Brendan gone.
Still there.
Down low, 3 wide. Nemechek looking to go up the middle. That lane closed up quickly.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
Schneider with a lot of speed into turn 1 after Brendan Gaughan was pushing him.
You're all clear up top.
Pete going back to the gas off turn 1. Pretty good run there for Schneider. Now he's drafting off of Alex Bowman. Inside of Bowman, he's drafting off of Quinn Howe from the 00. Now he goes below Howe. Side drafts him before they get into turn 2. They're battling for 35th. 2 and 3 wide, a little further up. Oh, Schneider self-clearing Howe off the exit of turn 2. Impressive pass there. We get another yellow. He'd like to, if he can get back on the lead lap, say we get a caution before the end of stage 2, if he can get the free pass there, he'll be on the lead lap to the end of the stage easy. From that point.
Still there.
And then going 3 wide into 1. Schneider got back around Austin Dillon again. Dillon's going to push Schneider up the racetrack. Now he's going to push him down the Long Pond straightaway. Drives it deep into turn 2. Schneider got it to stick. Even with that extra push he got from Austin Dillon. Works to the inside of Joey Gase now.
Still there.
Are slowly starting to loosen up as this run carries forward. That's only going to help him. But boy, does he need it if he gets into that free pass spot. He's racing for 32nd right now. That's what he's racing for.
Inside now.
He put a block on Austin Dillon, try to keep him behind, while simultaneously trying to draft off Joey Gase in front of him. Trying to fight from the lap down after a pit road glitch on the NASCAR Heat 5 video game. Underneath
Still there.
Chastain couldn't get it. Gase is going to push him off turn 1. Almost turned him right around. They're going to be 3 wide into the tunnel turn again. Schneider trying to break away from the 3 of Dillon. Just cleared him into the corner. That was big. And oh, contact with Suarez. He runs him up the track. We still have 17 laps left at the end of stage 2. But look at this scrum of cars, even longer into this green flag run. 3 wide, dive bomb into one again there for Schneider. All these cars are on the lead lap in this mess. Just clears Hamlin, who is really fading in this one all of a sudden. Those older tires, he was leading a lot. One stage 1 as well. Schneider clears Jones. He's still going to force it. No, he thought about going 3 wide into turn 2, and he thought better of it. It hasn't really worked when they've gone 3 and 4 wide into the tunnel turn today, so he didn't want to risk it again there. He had a big run, but he just decided to stay behind Kurt Busch an extra corner. Big stack up on the inside into turn 3 now. Gonna get a little help from Austin Dillon. Dillon's gonna push him 3 wide down the main straightaway. Inside of David Reagan. Schneider will go 3 wide into turn 1 though on this end of the racetrack. Trying to get the corner to stick underneath Custer and Blaney. Got to clear Custer. Can't quite clear Blaney. Gonna side draft him though. Not enough. Too much of a run on the outside right now. Blaney's actually going to swing low and maybe look to pass William Byron. Busher towards the outside. Got a quick little shove. Schneider's going to go 3 wide into 3. Underneath the 12 and the 17. And look at Busher. Blaney's going to push Schneider now in turn 3. That might be the tandem to get it done. Busher, meanwhile, to 8th. Good run for him. Schneider's going to pull up behind him, try to draft. Sweet, welcome to the stream.
Careful, still there.
Not reading that full name out either. You're welcome. I already know who you are. I know you changed your name again. Schneider does have the free pass position here in 32nd. Again, the only reason he is a lap down is not because of this strategy, but because it did not register for his green flag pit stop before the last caution. By that I mean I made it to pit road, didn't speed, was a little sideways and had spun into pit road, but it did not register as actually crossing the commitment line, so we had to drive through pit road without making a stop. Came out the other side of the pit lane, had to nurse it back around the racetrack because we ran out of fuel going into turn 2, knowing we weren't going to make another lap. That's why we pitted when we did, and that's why we went a lap down, and then we got a caution literally a lap after that happened that trapped us a lap down, knowing at that time everybody was going to have to pit to the end of the stage. Well, now everybody that pitted during the caution will make it to the end of the stage. Everybody that stayed out is going to be really close to the end of the stage on fuel. Schneider still regardless on a one-stop strategy to the end. So although now he's not going to get any sort of a chance of getting stage points in stage 1, where before he was progressing forward, he was up to 20th, he would have had fresher tires and maybe could have gotten a top 10. Now he's not going to get a top 10 in this stage. So he's basically just trying to get the free pass to the end of the stage so he can get back on the lead lap. That's the only thing he can do right now. And if he's back on the lead lap, yes, he'll be at the rear of the field, but at least he'll have a shot in the final stage to still see what this 2 pit stop strategy can do for him. Again, he's only pitted 1 time today, and that was about a third of the way into stage 2 when he pitted. You see about 26 laps of fuel left. He's going to have to get to 40 laps to go in this race to make it on one more stop. Even with this kink in the strategy right now, that again was not his fault, it wasn't because of the strategy either, they are committed. "12 laps to go, stage 2, alternate through the different camera angles for the final time today." Actually, this won't be the final time. We were supposed to continue alternating. We had that pit road mishap, and I kind of forgot to finish it out. So we'll do it one more time in the final stage as well. The only 2 cautions per incident did fly in stage 2. None of them in stage 1. Again, if they could get a top 10 today, that would be huge for this team. They've only got 4 of them all season. And they're all Rick Ware Racing lineup for, oh my goodness. Even on a super speedway, that'd be not a wise decision. Almost looks like Blaney's starting to run Schneider down again slowly, so Schneider's going to break the trap. He just wants to stay with this clean air right now. It's going to take a lot of pressure off of him. He doesn't have the straightaway speed, especially down this main straight. No brakes that time in turn 3. Only let out of the throttle. Ten laps to go though, stage 2. I gotta say though, I know we haven't really been racing for position a whole lot in this race, but I'm liking this strategy, and I really do think it can pay off big. Especially if we go green in the final stage. Assuming we get the free pass, obviously, 5.5 seconds ahead of David Reagan, and we're going away slowly. Still unaware if all those other cars can actually make it to the end of the stage. And again, we can get another caution before the end of the stage, and that would actually work out better for us, because then we get the free pass now, end of the stage, you know, we're right back where we would have been otherwise. Again, outside of the fact that we can't get stage points. Really, the only downfall to that happened earlier. We had enough time. We were able to race our way back into this position. 9 laps to go on the stage. Now we just got to hope nobody else goes a lap down, which it's going to lay in the hands of if those guys can make it on fuel to the end of this stage. Chad Fincham is about 23 seconds ahead of Schneider right now. Schneider's faster than him. I don't think Fincham's a lap down yet. If he goes a lap down, I don't know. Chase Elliott, on the other hand, I'd like to think he can make it on fuel. He pitted during the first caution for incident in this race, not the second one, but I think with that second one coming out, he can definitely make it on fuel now. Depending on how many laps of fuel we can make it to the end of the race, too. You know, I'll have to remember that for the second race tonight, because it's 10 laps longer. If we could, you know, maybe get, say, another extra caution with that extra 10-lap race, you know, can we make it on 2 pit stops in race 2 as well? Lap times are getting quicker for Schneider as well. He's really liking the handling of this race car. It's just that game glitch. That game glitch is the only thing putting us down right now. 7 laps to go, stage 2. 18.5 seconds behind Fincham, and I think Fincham might go a lap down. He's one of the drivers that stayed out of the pits. We might have to run Fincham down to the end of this stage. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to catch him. If we get stuck a lap down this entire race because of that pit road glitch, that wasn't my fault. It was the game's fault. That's gonna suck mightily. Especially if this strategy, especially assuming we make it on 2 stops the whole way. You know, it's like what could have been. And the leaders are on pit road. Remember, pit road closes with 2 laps to go in the stage. We have 6 to go in the stage that time by. Ryan Newman just hit the pits. He was one of the leaders. Joey Logano is the new leader on the racetrack. The pole sitter. I wonder if everybody's going to pit before the end of the stage just because. Let alone those drivers that stayed out. This might allow for Fincham to actually finish on the lead lap because Newman looked to be quite a ways ahead of Logano. Newman wasn't the only one that came in there either. I didn't realize Newman was one of the drivers that didn't pit. That just goes to show what the track position's like when you're out in front of the field here at Pocono. Joey Logano into the pits right now. Chris Buescher is the new leader. Can Chris Buescher make it to the end of the stage now? 5 to go. This is a fuel mileage race now. All of a sudden, it looks like to be at least to the end of stage 2. It's going to keep Fincham on the lead lap for now. Schneider might actually be able to unlap himself. He's not going to be able to make any extra passes in position, except for if he catches... See, Blaney was right behind him. He's still 9 seconds ahead. He pit. We'll leave Denny Hamlin behind him. We'll have to see if he can make it to the end. I believe he's now in 2nd. The heck is a Chad Fincham? It sounds good. And we'll see if Buescher comes into the pits this time. He does not. He stays on the racetrack. I don't know if Schneider's going to have the race car to run him down. He's got 4 more laps to do it. He's got Denny Hamlin closing up quickly from behind. And Schneider's actually making passes for position right now with these guys that are just coming out of the pit lane. Buescher just got ahead of him, too. Schneider drove it deep into turn 1. Like I said, this strategy is all over the place today. And that's a problem if Buescher makes it to the end. As all these guys are cycling out ahead of Schneider, but behind Buescher. Now they're battling for the free pass position. When they have fresher tires, they likely can run Buescher down. I don't know if Schneider can on equal tires. Almirola's a lap down behind Schneider as well, but he's got fresher tires than Hamlin and the 99. Coming to 3 laps to go in stage number 2. This time by caution for the 3rd time today, and that's going to end the stage. And Truex is going to get the free pass. He was in line behind Buescher. That is unbelievable. So Chris Buescher gets his first stage win of the season, making it on fuel to the end of the stage. And Schneider is trapped a lap down still. I'm doing everything I can not to cuss and keep this realistic broadcast alive. But the fact that this game glitch that we should have pitted, or we should have been fine, like we should be on the lead lap right now in position to win this thing. Instead, we're first car lap down and 25th for the restart. Green flag back in the air at Pocono. Final stage underway, 53 laps to go. Whoever brought out that third caution of the race to end stage 2 is done for the day. Still not everybody on the lead lap pitted there. Maybe some of them that didn't pit, or because they stayed out during the stage break because they pitted already and were able to stay on the lead lap. Either way, that is not what Schneider wanted to see. He is still a lap down. And again, it's all because of the game glitch. If it just would have registered, we would have been fine. A little contact on the outside with Justin Haley. Now Schneider's got older tires with this strategy. gotta be joking.
Car on the outside now. Car outside. Got a car high now. Still there. Car on the outside now.
All because of a game glitch, man. The strategy is working so well. The fact that we're getting these cautions, but we're not on the lead lap. And the only reason we're a lap down is because of the game. I mean, it not registering us coming to pit road under green, just like it did at Texas. Texas in the Xfinity Series, I should say. And that costed us a championship, too, because that was in the round of 8. And we only missed the championship 4 by 7 points. We came back to finish second in that race still, but we were leading when it happened. You could argue that we could have kept the track position to 1 if that didn't happen. We wouldn't have had to come back. And now here in the Cup Series, this is still early enough in the season. It's not going to cost us a championship. Well, it could. Say this strategy would have worked out, we would have won the race. You know, that's 5 more playoff points that carries through every round of the playoffs. You know, that's 5 points. He's lost so much track position now. It's still a one-stop race to the finish, but now he's got to somehow get into the free pass position and get a caution before the end of this race as well while being in the free pass position. I don't see all that happening. 50 laps to go. We'll see, but listen, I mean, everybody's on fresher tires ahead of him. He is definitely in a box now. He really needed that to play green to the finish. He was trying to hold off Hamlin and Almirola. Denny Hamlin brought out that caution because he's out of the race. So that's a massive hit for Hamlin. He's only got 1 win this season. Or sorry, no, he's got 2 wins this season. But remember, he's battling for the regular season championship. He came into this race with the lead in the regular season championship over Truex by about 20 to 30 points. He won stage 1. No stage points in stage 2, and now a DNF. Yeah, Hamlin was behind us too with that caution wave. I didn't even see out of the rear view that he wrecked. Hamlin was the cause of the caution. Ryan Brace did not cause a yellow earlier, but he did blow an engine at the end of stage 1. I mean, it's just, man, it's so upsetting because this strategy is working. It's currently working. And we're a lap down because of a game glitch. Like, that is the reason we're a lap down. Not because I'm slow. Not because the strategy didn't work. Not because we got cautions in the wrong time. Because of the game glitch. I mean, we did get a caution at the wrong time at the end of stage 2 while trying to get back on the lead lap. But the only reason we were lapped down in the first place is because of the game glitch. We would have been on the lead lap. Just, you know, that caution wouldn't have affected us in any way, shape, or form. It is a one-stop race to the finish for everybody in the field. What a shame to make it a 1 less pit stop than everybody else. And still finish this far back in the field. Oni, welcome to the stream. That's awesome to hear, by the way, Trevor.
Stay on the bottom.
Well, it's well, awesome to hear if, you know, things turn out the way that they're supposed. I didn't read the full comment. I'm sorry for that. I read it wrong. I did hear you say something about it might not be as bad as you guys originally thought it was going to be. If that's the case, that's definitely, obviously, a great sign. I wish you and your family the best of luck for sure. Schneider makes a pass on Quinn Houff. He got around Bobby Carter for position as well, now to 36. Is there a way? They're trying to keep Houff off and then getting into turn 2. This car's coming to Schneider. Schneider's going to have to pit 10 laps. I don't think there's a way he can gain 10 more spots before he has to pit. So I don't know how he's going to get back on the lead lap in this race. Unless everything cycles through to the end. The only good thing about that game glitch costing us is we get to make up for it with another race at Pocono, knowing that a strategy like this can work. We just need to hope the game does not glitch on us in race 2 like it did in race 1. But yeah, it's so frustrating. Indeed, let's get this to 15 laps. Got 10 of them so far. Appreciate the support as always. Again, Pocono doubleheader race 2 coming up after this one. Everybody tuning in here today as well. Chad Fincham in 24th is the last car in the lead lap of the, or no, 25th place car will be the last car in the lead lap right now. Schneider trying to draft off of Fincham. Well, he's going to drive it deep into turn 1, 3 wide underneath Gahn and Gase. Clears them both. Side drafts the 38 in the center of turn 1 as well. Cuts back down the racetrack trying to block Gahn. All the way down low. Gahn is still on him and now has to back off. Schneider goes back up to side draft Nemechek getting into turn 2. Clears him. He's up to 33rd. He is still fighting. Gotta give an A for effort, not giving up. Still don't know exactly what the rest of this race is going to play like. We didn't have any cautions in stage 1, but we had 3 of them for incident in stage 2. Big pack of traffic up here. I wonder if any of those guys, or if that would be enough cars to honestly get inside. To the free pass position in 26. Probably going to take Schneider a couple more laps to get there yet. Great run through. 43 laps to go. Yeah, it's definitely going to work. We can definitely make it a one stop to the end.
Careful, still there. All right.
Pull up and clear Chastain with a pass. Clean one in turn 1. It's another spot. Break the draft down. Make sure Chastain doesn't get a run on him again. Yeah, again, my predictions for Atlanta this weekend didn't change from last night. I usually don't spoil it before the predictions video, but I already did last night, so Kyle Larson's my pick to win this weekend. Draft off David Reagan. About 5 to 6 more laps of fuel. That wedge adjustment really does seem like it helped the race car as well. Turn in the center of the corner to make that pass on David Reagan. 36, it's another spot gain. Now he's going to break the draft. Busch, and Larson finished second. Kyle Busch did win the last mile and a half at Kansas. That's not counting the All-Star race, of course. Last points paying race on a mile and a half. Larson obviously won the All-Star race. .41 to go. Two by two through turn one. I mean, these guys have been really packed together for a while now. You know, Stenhouse and Bubba Wallace are in this mix. Again, 26th place would be the free pass position. Schneider guns it through turn two. Makes a ton of passes for position. I guess only two of them to be exact for position right now. And he's still passed about 5 race cars that last lap. 40 laps to go. I guess 39 laps to go for race leader Matt Kenseth. Kenseth's still without a win this season. Chip Ganassi Racing teammate Kurt Busch does have one win this year. There's no way Schneider is going to be able to get up to 26 without having to pit here. So now he's banking on everything cycling through green flag pit stops. Not everybody pit during the stage break, so we'll be seeing some more split strategy to the end. Schneider's likely going to be the first to hit pit road here in a couple laps. All these cautions definitely played out for Chase Elliott today, because I know he's in 20th and not having a good run, but he was as far back as 30th at one point in this race.
Careful, still there.
Timmy Hill in 19th, what a run for that NBM team.
All right, you're clear then.
Only chance Schneider really has is if he could stay one lap down after pitting. Because if he stays one lap down after pitting, then we get a caution, he can get the free pass.
You're low on fuel, bud.
He's going to go one more lap. Trying to draft Johnson. 37 laps to go now at Pocono. Well, he'll try not to spin onto pit road this time, because obviously it doesn't register you onto pit road if you do it, even if you're at pit road speed. They're drafting Jimmy Johnson once again. He'll definitely make it on fuel to get onto pit road this time. Pulls out to make a pass on Johnson into the tunnel turn. Is he going to clear him? Oh, barely cleared him. Boy, he forced it. He's trying to go as fast as he can still here. Instead of drafting, I mean, he wasn't actually backing off to save any extra fuel. And he'll make his way to the pits.
Car outside, hold your line.
Didn't lock the tires up this time. 55 miles an hour onto pit road. Just got in at 54 miles an hour. 4 tires stop for the 99 of Schneider. Yeah, gonna have to. Gonna have to take a 4-tire stop. And if he does go 2 laps down, he's gonna have to race his way back past Kenseth before everybody else pits. If we were to get a caution, or we just stay green to the finish and we race for 26th at this point. I mean, I don't really know what we can do. It's gonna salvage anything. It just sucks because that game glitch happened so early in the... I mean, it was early in stage 2 when it happened. We've just been trapped a lap down ever since. There's the pit stop. Mightily long, 21.1 seconds. Busher and Blaney just went. Yeah, Kenseth is well past Schneider, so Schneider's now 2 laps down, but he can make it on field to the end of the race from here. That was his final pit stop. It's taking an awfully long time to get out of third gear again. Pressure tires on the leaders right now, so maybe he'll start to cut into that deficit again. We don't know what strategy will get the track position to the end of the race, but we know probably the guy in the best situation right now is Matt Kenseth. Everybody else has to pit one more time to the finish. Schneider is good to the end on fuel and tires. So I guess if we got a caution now, he can get the wave around to get the 1 lap down, but then he's just 1 lap down again. You know, he's not going to get back on the lead lap. Best bet now is have this stay green as long as possible. Get to the free pass position at some point and get a late yellow after everybody cycles through their final pit stop of the race. Everybody that pitted during that stage break, though, should probably go to about 15 to 20 laps to go before they'll have to pit. Still got a while until the pit stops actually cycle all the way through. Final time will alternate through the different camera angles now. About the next dozen laps. As we wait for green flag pit stops to cycle all the way through. Hopefully Schneider's gaining enough time for himself right now that he can cycle into the free pass position with pitting earlier and then get the caution that he needs to get back on the lead lap. But boy, what a miracle that would be. Impossible. That's why he's still got to race hard. And knowing he's good on field to the end, he is not saving, he's not holding back anything. He is pushing, and they got this race car set up nice. It wasn't that bad at the start, but it definitely was slow as we saw in stage 1, but things were still set up all right. Once he made that first pit stop, he made the adjustment change, and that seemed to be the right way to go for the handling of the race team. I do have high hopes for the second Pocono race tonight. As long as we don't have another glitch or it doesn't register us on the pit road, I think we will be pretty good. Can I get a top 10? Or it's going to be a miracle. It's gonna be a miracle just for us to get back on the lead lap, let alone the top 10 at this point. The strategy has played out to where I think we would have gotten the top 10. I really do think we would have got. I don't know if we would have won, but I think we would have gotten the top 10 with this 2-stop strategy because it's working. We're gonna make it on 2 stops. We're 3 to 4 laps to the good. Even if it goes green to the finish. We backed it off enough in stage 1 while staying on the lead lap, but we got the cautions we needed in stage 2. We haven't had one yet in 3, but we don't need one now. And we probably could have made it with one less caution in stage 2 also. $29 to go for Matt Kenseth. Trying to become the 13th different winner this season. Again, only 4 spots available if Chad Fincham can get into the top 30 in points. He's the last guy in points of those 12 different winners so far. He's definitely hoping we don't get more than 16. Because he would be the guy booted out as of right now, of course. He's not having a great run here today. Although he's certainly higher on the leaderboard than we are, so I guess he's got that to offer. Might get a top 20. We could. You know, even if it goes green to the end, we could, but might be a little bit of a stretch. Because, yeah, we got the fresher tires now, but then they're going to have fresher tires than us when they pit. So it'll all kind of even out, I feel like, if it stays green to the finish. And it all just, you know, the fact that we restarted in 26 to start the final stage, you know, just one lap down. And it was during that first pit stop of the day, early in stage 2, a green flag stop where we hit pit road. We spun on the way down, but we didn't speed, and we still hit the commitment line very easily. It literally spun onto pit road, but it did not register us. We had to make another lap, and that's what trapped us a lap down. They're trying to stay in the draft with Alex Bowman now. Deep into turn 1. Barely clears Bowman off the exit of turn 1. Bowman's going to give him a push now. The tandem action down the long punt straightaway. Schneider takes that push, carries it through turn 2. Look at the extra momentum he got as he sticks the corner beautifully. Yeah, and everybody else still has to pit to the end. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's the only thing. It's like, yeah, we got another race at Pocono coming up, and that's going to be 10 laps longer. So I don't think this strategy is going to work for that race. I think that this race was the perfect length, and I knew we could make it on 2 stops. If it was 350 miles, you might have it. Yeah, but if it was 350, we would not have tried the 2-stop strategy in the first place either. Well, we might. See that. I'm up in the air on doing it for the next race because we got 4 cautions in this one for incident. But it still looks like if this was the extra 10 laps, that we were going to be about 5 to 6 laps short. So we might have to have 6 cautions in the next race instead of 4 for incident. Again, that's not counting the stage runs. Though, I guess stage 2 ran into the stage run. So maybe just 1 more caution. Maybe we just need 5 instead of 4 in the next race. But either way, likely gonna need at least 1 extra caution if we're gonna try to do this strategy again in race 2. Pocono doubleheader. Only 2 drivers out of the race, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Preece. Truex not running so hot, though, here today. I don't think he's going to be able to take the points lead. Because remember, Hamlin still won Stage 1. He's looking like the heavy favorite. Well, now, Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth are probably the 2 next favorites to win this thing. Still got to cycle through those final pit stops, so that's what it's all going to come down to for who's going to win. Pocono Organics 325. Now that we would definitely still have a chance. I don't think we would have went off strategy as much either, but I mean, we would have a chance to win this race if we didn't have the not the penalty, but the pit road glitch. Like, if it just would have registered, I mean, again, that's the second time I've had this happen in this game. We had it in the Xfinity Series at Texas, and we didn't spin out that time. I don't know what happened that time. And then this one, we spun, but again, we were on pit road. We hit the commit line with all 4 tires. We were way below pit road speed when we spun. We were probably only like 40, 45 miles an hour in the 55 speed limit zone. Just didn't register. "23 laps to go." I have to assume we're within probably 5 to 8 laps of seeing everybody else make their final stop in the race today. I'm very surprised that guys who did not pit during the stage break have not pitted yet. And again, we will be seeing them pit very, very shortly. That's what Schneider needs, though. He needs everything to cycle through first. And then if we get a caution, if he's in the free pass position, that's his best shot. At least to get back on the lead lap. But then, from there, everybody else is going to have fresher tires. So it's not going to matter at that point. I mean, but it will get us a guaranteed finish on the lead lap, which would be a guaranteed 26 or better. We won't have to fight for those spots at least. So, again, we're fighting for every point we get in every position, because that's more money for our team. We're going to want a shot to win the championship in our rookie season. We need to try and get into the top 10 in points as best as we can. I know that's kind of slipping away from us these last 4, make it 5 races after this one, but find a miracle at least. Gets around Bobby Carter in turn 2. That was a pass for position. Carter hasn't even hit yet either. And when will those leaders pit? They're going to be coming to 20 laps to go this time by. Again, even if the leaders pitted during the stage break, I mean, what are those other guys that didn't pit during the stage break going to pit? I expected that. I don't think anybody can make it any longer than 15 laps to go. Kansas stays out of game. 20 laps to go this time by. They've got to be very close to having to make that pit stop. Schneider made the pass on Quinn Houff before getting into turn 2. Sticks to the corner despite the maybe more awkward entry. We'll go back to the normal camera to the end of this race. With 20 to go. Race 1 of the Pocono doubleheader. Benson stays out again, 19 to go. big run on William Byron. Easily got back to the gas. Again, Schneider has a little bit fresher tires.
Stay low.
About 10 to 15 laps. Uses it to blow around the 13th place race car in turn 3. Kenseth and most of the leaders, it's like everybody that time by going to stay out of the pits another time. Big run there behind Brendan Gaughan. Blows right around him for position.
Clear high, bud.
Underneath of Joey Gase for position. There's him off the exit of turn 1. Now riding in line behind John Hunter Nemechek. Makes the move there. They'll clear him before getting into turn 2. So again, he is moving forward. And these are guys that haven't even pit yet. But he's already passing for position. 12th place car, even Chris Buescher is about to get past.
Careful. Still there.
There easily clears him into turn 3. Kenseth, by the way, did stay out that last lap once again. Still going to be fun and interesting to see who's going to win this race, though, even though we're basically taken out of contention. Flying an absolute miracle, but I've seen green flag pit stops a couple times today, so. It'd be weird that we had 4 cautions for incident stage 2, none in stage 1, and we might go caution free all the way through stage 3 as well. It's just that weird point in the middle where we were getting a lot of cautions. Well, now is the decision to pit for race leader Matt Kenseth. He'll be the first driver to hit pit road that is on the lead lap currently. Oh my god. We're good. We didn't DNF, it wasn't in the middle of the corner. Give me a second, I'll be back. That could have been way worse than what it was. Said I wasn't going to DNF again. Because the battery died. Well, I didn't DNF. That's going to cost us a couple seconds of time. Oh, whoa! Chris Buescher just nailed Schneider right in the middle of 3. Look at the damage now to the back of the 99. He did not appreciate that from Buescher at all. Well, he got him back.
Careful. Still there.
On entrance to the corner at least.
Still there.
He's going to lean on Buescher now. I don't think Schneider appreciated that.
Stay low. Stay low.
Drives it deep into turn 2.
You got room. You're clear there.
Barely cleared him off the exit of the corner. Clean pass for the most part. Hopefully he can drive back away from him again. Joey Logano is the race leader after starting on the pole. He's staying out of the pits again. I believe Kenseth was one of the drivers that had pitted during, I should say before, the end of stage 2. So that's why he pitted a few laps prior to Logano, and Logano's still on the racetrack. Again, I expected that to happen. But I did not expect you know, a guy like Logano even to take it this far on fuel. And that damage just knocked a little extra out of the sail of the 99 as far as speed goes, fortunately. And now Joey Logano's in the pits. Coming to 14 laps to go. Kurt Busch will cycle as the race leader for now, but I believe he still has to pit. Eric Jones just dove into the pit lane as well. There's drafting off Ross Chastain down the long straightaway. He'll pull out. He'll make the pass for 32nd on him. Chastain still has to pit yet. First lap, Kurt Busch led all day long at the line right now. We'll see if things will cycle back to his Chip Ganassi Racing teammate, Matt Kenseth. Who's going to have the faster pit stop? Where's the advantages going to take place? Who's going to have the checkered flag when it's all said and done? Really a matter of moments.
That car ahead of you is pitting.
Kurt Busch stays out again. He's really put back a lot more fuel than even Logano did. Staying out at least 2 laps longer, but staying out again right there. David Reagan blocking Schneider a little bit off the exit of turn 3. Schneider gets a run on him again.
Careful, still there.
Gets the pass into turn 1 for 29. Gas a little too soon, but he easily clears him still. Break the draft now. Seconds behind Stenhouse. See if him and Bubba Wallace still have to pit, because if that's the case, Schneider will cycle ahead of those guys as well. And Kurt Busch is making his way onto pit road as we speak off of turn 3, so he'll make his final pit stop of the day now as well. And we'll see if anybody tries to go fuel only or maybe right sides only as well to try and make it to the end with a little strategy there, knowing we're this late in the race. So Schneider's back to 1 lap down. He has cycled to 25th. At least 25th. And Matt Kenseth is the race leader once again. So now, if a caution comes out, will Schneider be the first driver 1 lap down? In 25th, caution does wave. Martin Truex Jr. will get the free pass for the 2nd straight time in 23rd. 5th caution of the race today, with just 12 laps to go for race leader Matt Kenseth. Right after green flag pit stops. I think we still had a few drivers to pit there in the lead lap, and that's why they're going to pit right now. Those could have been some positions for Schneider as well. Every car in the lead lap is pitting. Schneider's going to stay out and keep this track position, and maybe we get another caution here and he's able to get back on the lead lap with the free pass again here late. Again, that's all he's really racing for. So a late race restart at Pocono. Here we go. Tim Urban, welcome to the stream. Well, this is going to get wild, especially up towards the front for the win. Kenseth leads the field to the green. Less than 10 laps to go in Pocono Race 1. 9 laps left on the restart. Schneider's trying to side draft down the roll. Schneider's probably got the oldest tires in the field right now. He's going to be extra aggressive. Underneath the Suarez, a little contact, kind of forcing him and McDowell up the racetrack. Now trying to block the lap cars behind him. He's going to clear Suarez. Racing, it looks like David Reagan and Eric Almirola right now. Gasses it up in turn 2. Here comes Almirola down low. Schneider with a block. He got into the side of him. Wasn't clean at all, and Almirola's going to get the spot. Oh, and Bill just shot Schneider into the wall in turn 3. Christopher Bell, with no regards into turn 3, just kept a straight line and ricocheted that 99 car up into the outside wall. 8 laps to go at the line at the front, and it's Matt Kenseth leading the way.
Stay on the bottom here. Looking inside now.
Pretty hard hit, too. Free pass position right now would be Eric Almirola in 24th.
Hold your line. You got room, you're clear there.
Schneider's going to have nothing for him on older tires right now. For those of you just tuning in here late, again, it was a pit road glitch.
Peeking outside.
Virtue of the NASCAR Heat 5 video game, which is why we are even a lap down right now to begin with, and we've been a lap down since early in stage 2. Went to pit under green, was on a 2 pit stop strategy today, which would have worked. We're going to make it on fuel with only 2 pit stops this entire race. We're about 7 laps to the good. It was going to work. But when we pit for the first time, about a third of the way through stage 2 under green, it did not register, much like the Xfinity race at Texas in season 1 there that costed us a championship. Same thing happened here at Pocono, and because of it, we have been a lap down the whole way. The only couple wave rounds we had a chance to get, Martin Truex Jr. got right in front of us both times. I think Chad Fincham actually got one as well, so 3 times we have been ridiculously close to the free pass position, have not gotten it. And now, obviously, on that restart, getting shoved into the wall by Christopher Bell and being on older tires, there is no shot for us to win this race now at this point. That last caution was our last gasp. And not everybody pitted, so we couldn't take the waiver out. Some guys pitted before the yellow, and they were able to make it on field to the end as well. Meanwhile, at the front, though, Kurt Busch has just gotten back to the lead again, passing Matt Kenseth, his teammate. Very interesting. Considering that Kurt Busch is Kenseth's teammate, Kenseth is the one without a win who needs one to get into the playoffs. Kurt Busch looking for his 2nd win of the season. He's already locked in. 12 different winners so far this year. Schneider's still digging. He might be able to get to Fincham for position here. I don't think Fincham's got a very fast car. Schneider's struggling on his older tires, though. Plus the damage that Bell gave him right there on that restart, too. Five laps to go at Pocono. Still got a 2nd race here tonight. The reason why we're doing both Pocono races in one day for the doubleheader is, again, we are not streaming a NASCAR video game at all tomorrow because we will be doing live commentary of the actual truck race at Knoxville, starting with the heat races at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by the main event at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 races to go before the Truck Series playoffs, so a lot on the line there for a lot of those drivers. We'll have a live leaderboard as well as we commentate the race, so tune in tomorrow for both of those streams. It'll be a lot of fun. But because of that, we're not going to be able to get a full race in tomorrow for any game, any series. So we are running both Pocono races tonight for the doubleheader. We're lucky they're very short races. I am able to do 2 in one day because usually wasn't looking at it. SRX is at Slinger this weekend, if you didn't already know that. That track is awesome. Yeah, I think I'm busy Saturday night. I mean, we'll be streaming later Saturday night. I know I'm not going to be able to make it right from work here, so I don't know what time I'll be streaming Saturday night. It'll likely be a NASCAR 05 Truck Series race. If not Truck Series, Busch Series, but it'll be a NASCAR 05 stream. I can guarantee that. Now Joey Logano has just gotten to the lead. Coming to the line right there, 3 laps to go at Pocono. And Joey Logano's trying to give himself a shot late. Schneider made a pass, 3 wide pass nonetheless, on Brendan Gaughan and Quinn Half. Now they're going to split him 3 wide down the long straightaway again. 3 laps to go. Logano is back out in front after qualifying on the pole. He hasn't really led hardly any laps today, but now he could be in prime position of getting his 3rd win of the season. He'd be the only driver to win 3 races. He dominated, won both stages and the race at Sonoma 2 races ago. This will be 2 wins in a 3-race stretch for him. I'm trying to block Howe. Ron just got around him on the outside.
Car there on the outside.
22, Schneider beats Gunn and Carter back to the gas. It's up on the left rear, Carter.
Still there.
Schneider drives it deep into turn 3, gets around him now for position. He's nearly 3 seconds behind Fincham for position now. 2 laps to go for Joey Logano. Will it stay green to the finish, and can he hold off the pack of cars behind him?
Got one outside now. All right, you're clear there.
And race 1 of the Pocono doubleheader. Schneider's going to have to come back with the same car that he got beat up late for being put into the wall there by Christopher Bell as well. It's got to be frustrating. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Joey Logano. 2.5 miles to win the race. 3 wide at the back of the pack now off the tunnel turn. The caution comes now. The race is over. We've had 5 cautions per incident here today. But Logano leads the way. And he's got 2 more turns to do it.
4 more to go.
This could definitely come down to the final lap, final corner. Trying to become the first driver to win 3 races on the season. Only 5 of them have won 2 races. Everybody else with a win, just 1. We've had 12 different winners so far. Into turn 3, one final time for Joey Logano. It'll be 2 wins in a 3-race stretch as well. This one, he started on the pole. Joey Logano wins race 1 at Pocono. What a race for Logano. He took the lead with 4 laps to go. Held on to win after only leading less than 10 laps all day despite starting on the pole. Schneider a lap down in 27th after a pit road glitch. Costed him a very good shot at the win with this 2-stop strategy. Very, very unfortunate circumstance there, but it wasn't the team's fault. It wasn't my fault personally. It was the game's fault. It was a pit road glitch that should not have happened. But with this NASCAR Heat 5 video game, it's the 2nd time we've seen that glitch. I kept my cool through it. I stayed positive because it was so early in the race, so early in stage 2, that I figured we'd have time to get back in the lead lap and we'd have a shot. We never even got back in the lead lap the entire race. We could not do it. 23 cars finished on the lead lap here today, and again, Joey Logano with the win, Kurt Busch 2nd, Clint Boyer 3rd, Matt Kenseth 4th, Chris Buescher with a top 5. He also won stage 2 on fuel mileage. And there was when we made it to pit road that you see in the background. We spun into the pits. It did not register us onto pit road for whatever reason, though, even though we obviously got onto pit road. Well below the commitment line. There was a pit wall there too, and we got below that, obviously. No contact with it. We had pit road speed when we even spun. It just did not register. But anyway, top 5 for him. Kevin Harvick 6th. Tyler Reddick had a great day. He was in the top 10 all day. Finished 7th. Eric Jones 8th. Ryan Newman 9th. And Kyle Busch rounds out the top 10. Denny Hamlin won stage 1. He DNF'd at the end of stage 2. And again, 5 cautions for incident today. None in stage 1, 4 in stage 2, and only 1 in the final stage. Ryan Preece also DNF'd way back in stage 1. He blew an engine. Here's our payout for the race. Still sitting at 12 different winners. Logano the first to 3 wins. There you see Hamlin led the fastest lap, 53.508 before he had his issues. Kenseth led the most, leading 41 laps today. Yeah, Chris Buescher started last too. I forgot about that, but finished 5th. Good run for him. Good evening as well to you too, Michael. Joey Logano wins. Cost us our top 15 we could have gotten for our incentive bonus, that's for sure. Not only a shot to win. Now we got to get 4 straight top 15s, or we're gonna fail another incentive bonus. That we haven't even gotten an incentive bonus, so far this season. In general, we're about to fail another one because of this game. Thank you very much, making my life more difficult than what it already is. My goodness. Well, chassis got beat up late. We're gonna drop down in the aero department, especially. We were at an 84. We were actually on an 84 for the engine and the suspension, and then an 83 on the aero. Everything gets taken down 1 for the second Pocono race with the damage we had there, so it'll be 83, 82, 83. We also got to use the same chassis for Indianapolis, Kentucky, New Hampshire, Michigan coming up too. This chassis is going to get some wear and tear on it. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to compete, but hey, I mean, the strategy would have played off at Pocono before. We'll try it again. We get another shot right here, right now. That race is going to start on a different stream. I will qualify real quick, though, for you guys right now, so you don't want to go away. We will qualify, but the race itself will be on the next stream for the Pocono 350. But thank you for everybody tuning in here tonight. Thank you for running this stream up to 15 likes as well. I greatly appreciate that. My name sounds like a driver's name. Is it a driver sounding name, Keegan Schneider? Actually, I was named after my first name, obviously, not my last name. My last name was, my dad's last name. So that's why I got my last name. But anyway, my first name was actually a sprint car racer that raced up here. His last name was Keegan. There's some Keegans from that race locally, dirt track at least.
All right, driver D.
And I was named after him. His actual name is Mark Keegan. He's in our local Fremont Speedway Hall of Fame, track Hall of Fame. Anyway, he raced when I was growing up, and I was named after him. I got to see him race at like the tail end of his career, but didn't get to see him race a whole lot. So I guess, yeah, it is kind of a racing name, all things considered. Schneider probably not going to qualify too well here for race number 2 tonight. Pocono 350. Qualified 34th in race 1. We'll see if they'll up the time a little bit here for race 2. Try to run maybe a little bit lower line down the straightaways to help get a quicker time. Too bad there's no inversion. I mean, we would have started where we finished in 27th anyway, which is probably going to be better than what we're going to qualify right now, so I guess I would have taken it. I highly doubt we're going to qualify that low. This thing just feels super, super slow. like Ken Schrader. Kenny Schrader's got a cool name. That's a cool name. Racing name, that it's just a cool name. Eesh. 34th, second straight race. Now, we didn't go up or down in qualifying from one race to the other. We had the same setup in it. I tried a different line, and it was still... It might have been a little bit quicker, but it was still slow. Very slow. Oh my god. I mean, we were running in the 56s at one point. I don't think we got into the 55s in race 1. We'll see if we can do it here in race 2. Keep the car clean. We're a little bit down on the engine power as well, so considering we had a different line, we actually might have been a little bit quicker. We would have had our same car from the last race, or if our car would have been maxed out at an 85 all the way around. If it was like a new chassis, then it would have been alright. Qualifying on the pole for race 2 is Brad Keselowski's teammate Joey Logano. Started on the pole and won race 1. So like, share, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Race 2 will be coming up on the next stream in a matter of a couple of minutes. Literally within 5 minutes. All I'm going to do is refill my water and we'll get ready to go. Very close to 900 subscribers. I don't think we got there during that stream. I haven't checked. Maybe we get there during stream 2. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet, but we are very close. Again, race 2 coming up on a very different stream. Hit that like button before you exit. Subscribe before you exit. Hit that bell notification button. Keep an eye out. It'll be within 5 minutes. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you for the Pocono 350.